Dave Portnoy found himself in a very interesting situation with the Washington Post and one of their reporters. If you don't know who Dave Portnoy is, he is the owner of Barstool after he sold out to Penn, and then he hated how Penn was running it, and he felt like he was completely destroying their brand, so he bought Barstool Sports back for $1 pretty much, but if he sells it again, then Penn would get half of those sales. He also has the One Bite reviews for pizza on social media, and he's even created an entire app about it. It's entirely successful, and it is massive. There's some people that know about One Bite that don't even know about Barstool Sports. They just think he's the pizza review guy that goes around and reviews pizza, and a good score on a small local business can completely change their business and their life forever. So he's done some good, he's done some iffies, but still he is caught up in a bizarre situation where a Washington Post reporter started emailing his sponsors, pretty much telling them that he's a terrible person and giving reasons why they shouldn't be sponsored with him. He handled the situation very well, and he even called her and recorded it and posted it on social media, where he called her out, and she was completely caught in a lie. When Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy discovered the Washington Post's Emily Heil had contacted his advertisers and labeled him as a person with a history of misogynistic comments, he took matters into his own hands and called her. Portnoy posted the 11-minute confrontation in its entirety on Twitter. Heil initially lies, saying she didn't characterize Portnoy as a misogynistic racist before being confronted with her own words. We have this pizza fest happening on Saturday, and you're reaching out to our advertisers, Portnoy said. You're basically sending an email that says, to the effect, Dave's a misogynistic racist. Do you want to defend yourselves advertising at this event, right? He asked Heil. We've got the whole clip on here. We're not going to play it all, but we're going to play the majority of what happens.
This is Emily.
Hey, Emily, this is Dave Portnoy calling. I'm recording you right now, but I've noticed a bunch of people. It seems like you're sending, we have this pizza fest happening on Saturday, and you're reaching out to our advertisers, and you're basically sending an email that says, to the effect, Dave's a misogynic racist. Do you want to defend yourselves advertising at this event, right?
I'm sorry, what's your name, Dave? I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm the guy you're writing the article about, Dave Portnoy.
Oh, you're Dave Portnoy. Oh, hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. No, I'm not. I haven't said anything like that.
I can read if you want. If you want, I can read what you actually sent. I have it.
Yeah, read, because I sent a bunch of notes, so I want to make sure I know which one.
Okay. We are planning to write about the festival and how some of the sponsors and participants have drawn criticism by seemingly to associate themselves with Dave Portnoy, who has a history of misogynic comments and other problematic behavior. I want to make sure that Blank had a chance to respond to this, since the company is the most prominent of their partners of his festival.
Oh, that's the one I sent to, which was definitely the most pointed of them, because I really did want them to respond, and I was hoping to get something from them.
Do you think that's fair? Like, I totally disagree with the assertions of what you said, that misogynic and all that stuff. So, like, it kind of backs people into a corner. So I'm happy to go over anything. I mean, that is pretty pointed. You said you didn't do it. Then I have the exact evidence of you doing it. So
no, I didn't say I didn't do that. I said I did. That was the one that was the most pointed.
Well, no.
I give Portnoy a lot of credit for putting this situation in his own hands and facing it like a man, and he's got balls of steel for doing this, but that takes real guts to do this. And let's continue.
No, before I provided proof, you said you didn't really remember doing that, and then I read it to you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I did it that one time." So you did do it. I'm happy to talk about the comments, because to me, it's kind of like torturous interference. Like, we're doing an event. Everyone's happy about the event. I've raised $50 million for small business. I've helped pizza. None of that. It's Dave's misogynic and problematic, and I'm happy to talk about it, because to me, nobody would like if someone's going around sending that email to their sponsors. And again, you're not like questioning. It's almost like a statement of fact. This is what I am.
Yeah, so I do want to talk to you about this. And I just want you to know that the story I'm working on with a colleague. And I want to kind of loop him on this because we did want to talk to you. And we were
When were you going to reach out?
We were planning on doing it tomorrow morning, but
So you're going to write the article and then give me, like, I've had that a bunch. People write a full article and then give me the points after.
We're doing a bunch of reporting, and we wanted to make sure that when we finally did talk to you, we could really kind of present what, or talk about things more fully based on
like what? Like, it sounds like you have your opinion made of me based on that email.
No.
So then how, if you don't have your opinion made of me, how do you say in an intro email, Dave Portnoy has a history of misogynist comments and other problematic behavior? That's how you introduce the email.
Yeah. So look, I just want you to know that this is not, I want to talk to you about this, but
don't you think you should talk to me before sending that email?
What I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you when we were having some specific questions for you. And so I wanted to kind of have the full idea of what we were.
That's not a full idea. Like anybody who's rationally reading that email being sent to an advertiser would have to be like, this is a hit piece and you have your mind made up. Why else would you put? No, you call me in the intro. I'll say it again. Dave Portnoy has a history of misogynistic comments and other problematic behavior.
And so that goes on for another 8 minutes or so. But shout out to Dave Portnoy for handling this situation, even though the Washington Post is just freaking terrible for doing this. But it's not their first time doing it, and it probably won't be their last because they do stuff like this all the time. But it wouldn't surprise me if Dave Portnoy took this to court, because this just can't happen. And if the Washington Post did this to a much smaller person, it would completely destroy them and destroy their brand. But the Washington Post sucks, and Dave Portnoy is pretty cool. But anyway, that's all for me. If you like the video, hit the like button, comment your guys' thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.